This is a very critical issue that we're examining today, and I look forward to your testimony and the opportunity to question all of the witnesses in regard to, I think, one of the most important questions that we can face as we're dealing with sequestration, and that is what will be and what is going to be the impact of sequestration on our security, the border security, and on the free flow and expedited flow of legal commercial traffic through our ports. On March 2, 2013, President Obama signed an order of sequestration as required by the Budget Control Act. The order required every federal government agency, including DHS, to cut its budget by 5% in every single program, project, or activity for 2013. The beginning of sequestration was the failure of the Subcommittee to reach a deal on the debt ceiling. And presumably, I guess we thought, that sequestration would force an agreement, and obviously it did not. Now, 43 days into sequestration, we are here today to answer the question, what is the impact of sequestration on the Department of Homeland Security and the security of the homeland? To some degree, it's too early to tell. We are still waiting the final plan from the Department of Homeland Security on how they will implement what I believe are irresponsible cuts mandated by sequestration. There are more prudent ways, and we must balance our budget, but there are more prudent ways to do it. Without a doubt, the impact will be negative in my mind. To me, it's not a question of if sequestration will hinder our national security and our ability to respond to the real threats to the United States at our border and across the country, but rather a question of the degree to which it will do so. My fear is that the real measure of sequestration's impact has yet to be seen and may not be fully known until it's too late and we see a tremendous rollback of border security. What I do know is that the cuts mandated by Sequester may well cause the safety of border area residents and the security of the nation to be severely compromised. We have made improvements in securing our borders. There's no question about that. But when I look at the traffic through my district, where we seize 50% of the pounds of drugs in the country, where ranchers and their families are unsafe on their land every single day, I say we have more to do. And as the representative of the district with over 80 miles of shared border between Arizona and Mexico, I'm gravely concerned about how we're going to continue our progress under sequestration. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection received enough funding in the recently passed continuing resolution to delay the immediate furlough and elimination of overtime for frontline border security personnel and customs agents. However, according to CBP, this may only serve as a temporary relief, and cuts to overtime and the future furlough of both Border Patrol agents and CBP officers at the ports are still possible. To me, this is unacceptable. More efforts are being made to secure our border, and the Border Patrol is better staffed today than ever in its 88-year history. And these investments in our border are being made because they are necessary. We have to protect the homeland. In recent years, we have made progress with respect to apprehensions, interdictions, and illegal immigration attempts. And over the past 3 years, the Department has seized 75% more currency, 41% more drugs, and 159% more weapons along the southwest border as compared to fiscal years 2006 to 2008. But there is still more work to be done. We cannot turn back the clock on border security efforts. My constituents and the American people deserve better. They deserve safety in their home and on their land. And to my way of thinking, we should not cede 1 inch of American soil to the cartels. To roll back these efforts now would create a window of opportunity for criminals and terrorists across our borders. I'm aware that sequestration leaves little flexibility on how an agency applies its budgets or cuts. However, cutting Border Patrol and Customs agents' overtime and furloughs and Border Patrol agents' work hours should only come as a last resort, and every measure should be taken to prevent this from happening. And I join with the Chairman in saying we have to find other ways to make those cuts in Homeland Security than on the front lines of border security. As members of Congress, we play a vital role in ensuring that the necessary resources are in place to keep our country safe and our people from harm. And as members of the Committee on Homeland Security, we must carry out this mission by ensuring that the Department has the resources it needs to secure our borders, protect our nation's communication and information infrastructure, and take every conceivable measure to protect the homeland. This cannot be achieved, I believe, at the same time that sequestration forces reductions in staffing levels nationally and specifically on the southwest border and in my district. Proposed furloughs and overtime would reduce the force of Border Patrol agents on the ground by the equivalent loss of nearly 25% of the workforce. And I ask the members of this subcommittee and the witnesses giving testimony today, how do we maintain, how do we continue to improve border security and our nation with those types of personnel losses? It's my understanding that the Department is looking at ways in which it can move money around, and I urge the Department to quickly bring those recommendations to the Congress so that we can approve them, hopefully, if they're agreeable to us, and actually make sure that our Border Patrol agents and our Customs agents at the ports are properly staffed so that we can protect our homeland and expedite the free flow of legal commercial traffic. I yield back. Thank you.